Hey guys, happy Thursday. I hope yours is going great today. Today I'm going to be covering an extrasensory perception ability or psychic ability known as psychometry. And what psychometry is touch knowledge. It's when you take an object, usually in your left hand. I don't think it matters myself, but if you read up on it, they'll usually be like in your left hand because I guess the left is receiving whereas right's giving. But like I said, I don't think it really matters. Anyway, you take an object and that object essentially gives you information about it, like where's it been, previous owners and stuff. And I think it's like if you go back to the haunted objects video, I think really it's like I said, I think it's all energy reading. So basically when you have an object and you're handling it, like I handle my pen every day, so someone might come across it and pick it up and instantly be like, think of me. Or I think a good example is moms, because they'll be like, you'll ask a mom, where's this object, and they'll be like, oh, it's this place, because they've become so in tuned with that, not necessarily that energy, but with the energy of the people, because essentially we kind of bleed our own energy into everyday objects. Like, because our auras, as I've talked about before, encompasses the whole body, that's just energy, and it just kind of leaves a trail. Which is why sometimes you'll pick up an object and just automatically associate it with that person because it has their energy imprint. And it's kind of cool because when you start working with energy and into objects, you can get objects to work for you. My kids' teddy bears or stuffed animals they would hold a lot. I put in the energy of protection for. You can do it. I've already mentioned my pen. If I wanted to just put in the energy of it, will be more successful with my writing or something. If you're in school, it'll be more studious for you or something. I usually do like protection, but you can really do it. And incidentally, you can accidentally do this. As I say, we're always just kind of giving off energy, like I said, kind of bleeding, so you can accidentally create these objects, as I've mentioned in my haunted objects video. There's this person who doesn't particularly like me, but they're mutuals with someone who I'm very close to, so I was given this little gift from them, and like the energy coming off of it was so bad. It's still sitting on some selenite and been smoke cleansed. So, and I honestly, I don't think it was meant for to be that way. I almost think, like, ego-wise, it was a peace offering, but the subconscious was given that energy, so it took that energy. So that's, like I've mentioned mindset so many times before, like going through and doing your shadow work really helps to clear that, or direct that. I mean, if you want to send malice to people, I don't recommend it. I think we should all be more kind and loving, but to each their own. Anyway, I kind of got off on a tangent. I always do. So psychometry, right? Object, touch magic. And it's really easy to develop, especially if you're like a thrift shop person. But I mean, anything will do. All you have to do to develop this ESP ability is to hold an object, like I said, they mention left hand a lot, and sit there and see. This isn't going to work because I use this pen so much. There's nothing really that's going to work here for me. Anyway, so I'll just pretend. but you hold the object and you can close your eyes, which I think is the better option when you're going through, because it allows, you know, to focus on just the sense of touch. I mean, you got your other sense, but like sight kind of, I feel like, takes like 90%. But close your eyes and see what kind of feelings or images that the object conjures up, and kind of keep a little journal anytime you're doing developmental on any type of abilities. Keep a journal because it allows you to see. So especially like if you could find a friend and do this with your friend, because then you guys could swap objects and then you can go back and forth and find out, you know, if they were correct on this object. And that's really all it is with psychometry. Like I said, I think it's a really cool ability, and I should train mine more because it is really cool. Like if you could just walk around and just get information from objects, like I think that'd be really cool. There is this one book series I read. I love reading. So anyway, it was like Mythos Academy, I think, and the lead character of that had psychometry, and it was always coming in handy. But anyway, I think that's all I have to say on it. If you guys try it, let me know. And I hope you guys have a great week.